as one who, watching over men, yet blind, takes up the load of an unwitting race, harboring a foe whom with her heart she must feed, unknown her act, unknown the doom she faced, unhelmed she must foresee and dread and dare. Now again, harboring. See, I mean, Savitri is not harboring here. Savitri is told here. It's already there in her, you see. But here the divine Savitri in the transcendent is holding that now, all that in her soul constantly. As one who watching over men left blind. Who is watching? That Savitri, you see. Takes up the load of an unwitting race. Yeah, well, this is what human race is, unwitting race. Unknown her act, unknown the doom she faced. Unhelmed, she must foresee and dread and dare. Well, must foresee. You see, this is one thing. So this is all kind of being described up there. She has foresee all these things, you see. It is not that it is being acted now here, you see. Unhelmed, she must foresee and dread and dare. This is a very beautiful line. Harboring a foe who with her heart she must feed. Harboring is a dactyl, long, short. A foe I am, whom with, I will put it as a trochee, whom as a stress syllable, whom with trochee. Her heart I am, she must feed, again and I am. Very beautiful line. Harboring a foe whom with her heart she must feed. That dactyl gives a very beautiful effect, you see, starting long, short, unknown her act, unknown the doom she faced. Perfect iambic line, you see, matching unknown her act, unknown the doom she faced. Unhelmed she must foresee and dread and dare. Now the long foreknown and fatal morn was here, bringing a noon the same like every noon. Bringing a noon the same like every noon. The long foreknown and fatal morn was here. The long foreknown, see, I can understand foreknown if you go by the storyline. Foreknown because Narad has told already. He has told exactly this time, this day, this hour, everything completely. What he says. Muhurtam, Kshanam, Vedam, Divasam. That is the line. Muhurtam, the moment, Kshanam, Devedam, Divasam. Narad has told all these things. Muhurtam, Kshanam. So that is the foreknown. Completely known. This is what we have also in Savitri here, you see. The hour, the day, the year is come. This day returning, Satyavan must die. 12 swift-winged months. 12 means year is also given. This hour, this bright hour, this day is completely specified here. So that does not really go well, so to say, long. Because after all, Narad has told the prophecy, and more or less almost after 1 year he is going to die. So it's not long. It's not long foreknown, you see. It's not long foreknown at all. So we need not rush to link this line with what Narad has told, with the storyline what we have got here. In other words, this is something which is already decided in the history of evolution in the transcendent. Yes, a day will come. Yes, this will happen. Yes, this is bound to happen. Savitri has to meet death. This is bound to happen. So this is already kind of inscribed there in the life story of Savitri, in the life story of Savitri, in the transcendent. So I would say the long foreknown is the inscription in that story with a sky for a page. The story was written, with the sky for a page. What is the story? The story of Savitri. And in the story of Savitri, we have got this long foreknown and fatal. So it's already fixed there. In the divine diary or whatever to call it, is already fixed there. Morn was here, bringing in noon the same like every noon. Well, now you have to interview this constantly between what is there and what is happening here, so to say. Bringing in noon the same like every noon. This is an important line in the sense that bringing a noon the same like every noon. See, that is the scanning of it. Bringing, that is a trochee, starts with a trochee, and then you got a noon, the same, like every noon. I am, you see. That's the line. Now, bringing gives a kind of a thrust now, the trochee, the whole line. Bringing a noon, the same, like every noon. This is of course same, but it is not something dramatic is going to happen here, something even tragic is going to happen here. It's not the same routine kind of a noon, you see. Now this noon is important for several reasons. Rather for one single reason. Noon is important. And I think we can see some of the earliest reference to noon is in this line, 2.20. But then at various stages, we have got this occurrence of noon in the whole poem, you see. We have already seen last time, 113.3, Narad is going back to his heaven. A brilliant arrow pointing straight to heaven, the luminous body of the eternal seer, assail the purple glory of the noon. That's the time when Narad is going back to his home in the noon. He has delivered the word of fate, and now he is returning. Now it is at this noon, he says, this hour returning, Satyavan must die. So when did it happen? Because he is leaving exactly at noon. It is just before that, this must have happened, you see. Noon. This hour returning, Satyavan must die, you see. Noon, fixed time, Vedam, Kshanam, Divasam, Samvatsaram, everything is fixed. And then we have also, you see, as I told you earlier, Narad comes one day early morning, maybe around 8 o'clock or so. 8 o'clock or so. Then the royal host entertain him for a while. He sings the song of Vishnu for 1 hour. Then comes Savitri after finding Satyavan to the palace. And then the whole dialogue begins. So from 9 o'clock to roughly 12 o'clock, the entire dialogue goes on, you see, those 3 hours. And Narad goes back at noon hour exactly, you see. So now that is the background behind this one. Then again you have the marriage of Satyavan and Savitri also occurs at noon. They pledge to be together at noon hour. You see, 105.8. Under the glowing cupola of the sun. See, at noon, they pledge to be together, you see, at noon. And then Savitri kind of sees the hermitage from a distance and goes back to her palace. The line here, once more she mounted on the carven car, and under the azure of a fiery noon, less bright than the splendor of her thoughts and dreams. Her thoughts and dreams, her love intensity is much brighter than the noon itself or the summer or the sky, you see. So she is again going back at the noon time, you see. Then we have got another occurrence which is important, 133.37. This is the scene of death of Satyavan. See, Satyavan is breathing hard. He is telling Savitri, lean down my soul, O Savitri, and kiss me while I die. That is what he is telling to her, you see. And then she suddenly sees something behind her. She sees the figure of death of Yama. Something had come there, conscious, vast, and dire. I am reading 36. Something had come there, conscious, vast, and dire. Near, she felt a silent shade immense, a silent shade immense, chilling the noon with darkness for its back. Even the noon, the intensity of noon had become cold because of his presence here, you see. Chilling the noon with darkness for its back. So all these occurrences, the long forenoon and fatal morn was here, bringing a noon. So you have got the marriage of Savitri is at noon, the prophecy of death is at noon, the death itself occurs at noon. So there is a kind of a coherence in the entire thematic presentation in Savitri, you see. He has not mixed up timings like that, you see. Now, this noon is important, as I told you earlier. Why all these things happening at noon? See, well, it is decided, it is decreed, etc., that Satyavan must die. Okay, but then there has to be some sort of physical cause for the death. It cannot just die like that. There has to be some kind of a what shall I say? Pretext has to be there for death to occur. You see, some physical cause has to be there for the death to occur. It is certainly not from the description due to snake bite that Satyavan is going to die. You see, as it happens in the other story, Priyamvada, see, it is due to snake bite she dies. You see. It is not here due to snake bite that this man is going to die. It is also not he is cutting the wood with an axe. It is not by accidentally hitting the axe on himself and he is dying. He is not hitting himself with the axe and dying. So it is not that thing. So what could be the physical cause of death? The physical cause of death is connected with this noon. It is the summer time. The noon is hot. This man, this young boy, person, whatever you call it, is in intense love with his spouse. They wanted to be together. He wanted to finish off his work quickly and spend more time for her, give more time to her in the forest so that they can be together, you see. So she is working very hard. She is working very hard in the hot sun. In the hot sun. So my presumption is that it is a kind of a sunstroke by which he is dying. Sunstroke. Sunstroke.
And two stroke. Sunstroke.
Hot noon is kept for that purpose. The cause for the death is in the heat of the noon. And why all these things happening? There has to be some physical cause for the death. And that long forenoon, so it is already fixed that this boy is going to die due to sunstroke. You see, in the noon hour. So, well, possibly you don't know. Otherwise, you have to give some other explanation. What is the cause of the death?
I think there is a letter from Shravindu to Mahakiyan about this noon. Why mentioned? And Shravindu, if I remember well, Shravindu said this is because it is a full light moment. Full light. Something like that. Maybe I can try to find it.
No, full light I can understand. No, that is symbolically correct. Symbolically is correct. But here now you have to give a physical cause for you have to give a physical cause for the whole thing.
He was ill, maybe.
He cannot just die like that.
He was ill.
No.
He was ill.
He says, I am breathing very fast, I am perspiring, all those symptoms which are described here are of the sunstroke.
Can sunstroke be deadly?
Sunstroke can be, yeah.
Can be deadly.
Huh?
Can be deadly in the forest.
Yeah. No, but he is working hard in the forest, doing all that thing. So those descriptions are not there, but it is understood that the way he is perspiring and breathing hard and that kind of a thing, he says, let me lie in your lap and see if I can recover my breath.
But in the legend story, he died by snake bite.
No, no snake bite, no. The original story
What
says,
was the physical?
by his hard work, he was struggling, and he says, some kind of arrows are piercing through my head. Through my head. That is the sunstroke. Arrows are piercing. You see?
He said like this.
Yes. Arrows are
This
piercing.
is in the legend.
So that noon is, I think, functionally important. Noon has a functional role to play here, you see. And the long forenoon. So now that long is already decided up there that this is going to happen at noon, etc., etc. The cause is fixed. Everything is fixed up there without any ambiguity. The long forenoon and fatal morn was here, bringing the noon, the same like every noon.